Well, what statements I can make about our planet? Well, I'm sorry to say that, but the main statement I can make about our planet is that we are destroying it. We are destroying this planet at a scale that never existed in history, even in history of the Earth, I mean, in geological times. Then why? Because we are asking this planet to give us much more, million times much more what this planet can give to us. We are asking this planet to give us maximum forest, maximum wood, maximum oil, maximum iron. Maximum doesn't exist in this planet. This planet can last only according to the equilibrium laws, balance. All what constitute this planet is balances. There's nothing maximum and nothing minimum. Well, when you are treating this planet as something that can give what we are asking to make maximum profit, maximum money, this planet can't follow. It can't follow the scale or the speed at which we are multiplying profits. The Earth can't multiply wood or iron or oil at the same scale, at the same speed. Then the statement I can make is what we can induce or extract from the so-called Earth overshoot day. This is an indicator of in which day of the year, which date, we already have finished with what all this planet is giving to us. You can think about iron, about oil, about water, about wood, about everything you can think, Then that day is called the Earth Overshoot Day. And it's a think tank based in the United States, I don't know where, but in the United States, that calculates, there are economists that calculate this indicator, that this famous Earth Overshoot Day. And it calculates, I repeat that, the date in which in the year we already have finished with what the Earth can give only at the 31st of December, at the very end of the year. They began to calculate this indicator in 1970. In 1970, this date, the Earth Overshoot Day, was the 8th of December. What is to say, the 8th of December 70, all the population of the planet was living with 1 month credit on 71. We jump the years. In 93, this date, Earth Overshoot Day, was the 22nd of October. What is to say, in 93, we were living, beginning at that day, 21st of October, we were living with almost 2.5 months or 3 months credit on what the Earth were to give in 94. In 2003, this date was 1 month before. That was the 22nd of September. Then 22nd of September 2003, we were living with almost 4 months credit from 2004. Nowadays, 2017, 2018, this day, this Earth Overshoot Day, is the 8th of August. Then 8th of August 2070, we will be already living with almost 5 months or more credit from what the Earth is gonna give only in 2018. Well, then, in conclusion, my statement about the planet is that the planet can't follow what we are asking it to give us, and then we are just destroying this planet. Your question is, what is the relationship between capitalism and nature? Well, I can say that the relationship between capitalism and nature is a relationship of enemies, because capitalism, the logic of capitalism is treating nature as an enemy. Why? Because we have to extract from this earth every day much more than the planet can give. Then we are treating this planet as something, or nature as something we have to destroy. Then the relationship between nature and capitalism is a relationship of two things that are going on totally different directions. Capitalism wants maximum profits every day. Then it's going toward an exponential curve, while the planet is only balances, like I said, as I said before. Then nature have a law according which it goes, Nature goes according to the law, the so-called the negative retroaction buckle or loop. What does means? That means that for nature, if you have, let's say, we are going to take a simple example, silly example. If we have in nature, let's say in the forest, wolves and rabbits, when the number of wolves, the population of wolves is increasing, when the number of wolves is sufficient to use more rabbits than they can reproduce themselves, then the number of the population of wolves lowering, diminishing, and at a certain level we don't have sufficiently wolves to eat all the rabbits. Then rabbits grow again, and all the curve, all the way of going of this is balance between number of wolves, number of rabbits, and this is homeostatic or stationary equilibriums. Well, this is the law of nature, but the law of capital, the logic of capital is maximizing profits, maximizing income, maximizing production, maximizing products, maximizing commodities. This is impossible. Impossible if we want to preserve this planet. But it's possible only if we destroy proportionally to the way in which we produce. What is to say? This means that capitalism is following what it's called in biophysics, in physics, the positive retroaction curve or buckle or loop. Then positive retroaction, this means that everything I make now, I want to double it tomorrow, and to double what I doubled the day after tomorrow. This is a geometrical exponential augmentation, it's increasing or growth. This is impossible with nature. Nature don't know only but equilibriums, balance. Well, then nature is functioning according to a buckle, a curve or loop that is called negative retroaction loop. That means that when there is something that is growing in Earth, there is something else that prevents the growth of the first thing going toward the maximum, because it's not possible. But when we, human beings, capitalism, we are making maximum profits, we want maximum profits, we want maximum use of goods, of commodities, of what this earth is giving, we are doing something that nature doesn't know, which is called positive retroaction buckle. Then the nature compensates with another curve of positive retroaction, but positive retroaction of decreasing, increasing profits, decreasing in nature. What is decreasing in nature? The quality of nature, pollution, contamination, more profits, more unemployment, more profits, more poverty, more profits, more conflicts. Then the relationship between capitalism and nature is a relationship of enemies, as I said at the beginning, because the logic that feeds the desire of exponential growth of capitalism is a logic that destroys the nature according to the same proportion. Then we are talking about two logics that can't be reconciliated. Well, the third question is, most ecologists' efforts on the are made happen in the individuals, consumers, all that stuff, you know. If we take care of our garbage, you know, if we make a selection between glass and plastic and organic waste and so on and so forth, we are ecologically responsible. But this is epsilon. This is nothing according to the responsibility of enterprises, of firms, of corporations. The huge contamination, the huge destruction of the ecology of the earth is not responsibility of individuals. It's responsibility of firms, of corporations. Well, I must to give an example, a silly example again. Simple example is like if we have a glass of, let's say, chlorhydric acid and an atomic bomb. Well, the danger we have to take care of urgently, the emergency is atomic bomb. It's not the glass of acid, you know. The glass of acid can fall on the earth and maybe make a hole in the carpet or something like that. But if the atomic bomb explodes, we are all destroyed, you know. Then what we do as individuals, okay, I am okay with that, no problem with me. But what we make as individuals is absolutely not sufficient, not enough to compensate what firms and corporations are making as destruction of nature, you know. Then what is the solution then? For me, the solution is to think about global governance. We have globalization of trade, globalization of exchange, globalization of everything, but we have not any kind of global governance. What is global governance? Global governance is something like United Nations, you know, or let's say something that emanate from that is something that will work with the United Nations. Or, global governance is, let's say, like a government that takes care of what nations, states, and corporations are doing all around the planet. We don't have that. On one side, we have globalization of trade, exchange, production, industry, etc. But in the other side, we have localization of manner in which we are treating people, employees, nature, and this is a big mistake. It can't last like that. Then, if we can have, if one day a global governance, this global governance is what's going to do? It's going to think about rules, compulsory rules. Well, nobody can escape these rules. There are no rules that every nation, every corporation, every enterprise, every firm is obligated to obey. For instance, one example is the income tax rate. The income tax rate that nations nowadays are imposing or asking to corporations, to firms, to industries, to enterprises, this income tax rate is used as a competitive tool, you know. It's used as a tool that permits competitiveness. Then Ireland, for example, to be more competitive, to attract investments, to attract corporations, to attract enterprise, they lowered the income tax rate down to 13%, I guess. Then North Ireland or South Ireland, to attract the same investments, they have to lower the income tax rate to 8%. Then let's say, I don't know, Denmark or France or Spain, if they want to attract the same investors, the same corporations, they have to lower the income tax rates to 2%, 3%. And this trend is going toward zero income tax rate. Then if a state, a nation, doesn't have income tax rate that is applied to corporations to pay what they have to pay to states, what is to say 50% of their income, then all the states are gonna be in a situation, in a position in which they will not be able to take care of their populations. Because the weapon that is the weapon that states or government can use, or nations can use for social programs, for education, for transportation, for wealth, healthcare, I don't know what, all that stuff, you know. All this money is coming from income tax rate applied to private profits. If we have all around the world globalization and no global rules to apply compulsive income tax rate for all corporations in all the world, they are going to go in the areas in which they don't pay nothing. And then this is destroying the capacity of states to play their role, to play their part, which is to take care of citizens and to take care of nature, and to give to their citizens minimum affordable health, education, transportation, housing, and to take care of course of nature. Well, then if we don't have global governance, the globalization is going to destroy every day much more and more and more this earth that is the unique place we have to live in.